Hello everyone, welcome to the new session. In this session, we will discuss about UCA. So UCA is nothing but undercover agent. So undercover agents are mainly attached to message events or a content event, which is there in the PPD. Okay. So undercover agent uh, will be started by a event. Whenever any external system sends the event, then the undercover agent will be get started. Okay, so mainly the UCAs we will be use it at the BP level. Uh, so whenever we want to start a process, so we will be using a UCA, or in between of the process, if we want to receive messages from the external system, then we will use a UCA. Okay, so let's get started with the UCA. So if in the process application, you can see here we have events. Under the events, we have uh, two artifacts. One is undercover agent and event subscription. So to create a UCA, so we need to select this undercover agent. Under the undercover agent, we have two types of undercover agent. One is time elapsed and is one more is on event. So on event is nothing but whenever UCA type is on event, then let's consider I receive a event or a response from external system. Then this UCA will be receiving the messages immediately, and it will schedule this UCA immediately. So whenever we receive a response from the external system, then event will be get scheduled. So those type of UCAs are called on event. Okay. Or let's consider another type is time elapsed. Time elapsed is nothing but, so example, I want to schedule a UCA on a particular day or a particular time or a particular day. Okay. So in that case, we will be using a time elapsed UCA. Okay. So example, I have a business requirement. So every night 12 a.m. there should be a UCA should run, and it should process the documents, okay, or it should process transactions. In that case, so what we can do, we can schedule a UCA every day night 2 a.m. Then, so there will be in the background, there will be services will be attached. That services will be run every day night 12 a.m. Then those service, what it will do, it will perform an action. It might be process the transactions or it might process a document. Okay, so it's mainly work as a cron job. So that is the purpose of time elapsed UCA. Okay, quickly I'll create an on event UCA. So if you see on event UCA here, so just click on finish. So you can give the name of the UCA. So I given just undercover agent as a name. So whenever you create an on-event UCA, so here you will see the details. Okay. So under that, by default, it will select as a synchronous queue. Okay. So if your project want to maintain a separate queues for process application, so you can select those queues. By default, there will be a synchronous queue. Okay. And so you need to map the out input and output mapping. So by default, the variable type is selected as a input and output mapping. So example, if you want to pass the input parameters to this UCA, and you need to pass those input parameters as the output parameters. Okay. Then in that case, you can attach a complex object or a business object. Okay. So example, if I want to attach one of the sample object. Um, okay, something like I'll be taking a BPM alert definition. This is example. This is a complex object. Then, in that case, whenever you are using this UCA, wherever you are using this UCA, so you need to pass variable type BPM alert definition as the input, and same object will be come as a output. Okay. Then otherwise, you can use the attached services, background service you can attach. So we call it as a background service. So if you want to perform actions, actions whenever there is a input is received by the UCA. Then example you want to send a uh, few details as a output. Okay, so limited variables as a output. In that case, so you can perform a action, you can attach a service. So in that case, so you can eliminate those services inside these services, and the limited variables we can send it as a output. Okay, that's the purpose of we you will use. Or sometimes you can keep a services blank. So what you can do, you can create a background service, BK service for UCA and finish. This service will take input and output parameters. Example, I will take num1 and num2 as an input. So, but I want to send a output sum. Okay. So in that case, I can attach some script here. Okay, the script, and you can write a script like pw dot local dot sum is equal to pw dot local dot num. So it's mainly if I want to perform a sum operation inside this UCA. In that case, I can use uh, this service attached to a UCA. Okay, now what happens? So UCA will take num1 and num2 as the input from the external system, and it will send output output as a sum. Okay, wherever this UCA is attached to receive a response. Okay, so that is the purpose of services. Or for this service, you can pass a complex business object as well. Okay, so we will discuss more about this. I'll create a process and show you. So how we can use this on event UCS. Okay. By using on event UCA, how we can start the process, or in between the process, how we can receive the response. Based upon the response we received, the flow will be get continued. Okay. So those kind of real-time scenario we will implement it, but as of now, on this basic video, so just I covered this on event UCA. So overview of on event UCA. Okay. The next type of UCA is a time-elapsed UCA. Okay, we'll discuss about time-elapsed UCA. Time-elapsed. Okay, UCA. So for this type of UCA, whenever you create, you can see here the the overview of UCA. So it mainly give you three different parameters here. So it's here it will give a month, okay, and it's a every day or first week of last week. So something like that it will give you, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So and night when you want to um, schedule a UCA. Okay, I want to schedule a UCA. So on all the month. Okay, so that's the reason I selected month and every day, and it will be a uh, so Monday, Tuesday, all the complete week I need to schedule a UCA. So that is I want to schedule at night 1 a.m. and past 5 hours. So that means 1 5 a.m. So I want to schedule UCA. So in that case, I selected everything. So then I saved it. Okay. So whenever I save it, right? So this UCA will run, time elapsed UCA will be scheduled every day, and that Monday to Sunday, the UCA will be scheduled. When it will be scheduled? One uh, after 1. So 1 5 a.m. So the UCA will be scheduled every day. Okay. So then what we need to do? So after the scheduling this UCA, So that we need to specify. So that nothing but we need to whenever the UCA UCA is scheduled, so there is a purpose, right? So why we need to schedule it? So in the background we need to run a service. Okay. So where you'll create that service? So here. So you will be creating a new either you can attach existing service. Okay, there is some if you want to produce some database queries, okay, data from the database, then you can attach a SQL service. Or if you want to perform you want to run some script, then in that case you can create script and you will write your logic inside that service so that every night one five, so those services will be executed. Okay. um, or or you can write your own services. Just I'll click on new service, run daily service. I'll write service. Then this service will be run every day. Okay, that is 1 a.m. Okay, and I can say you can print. I'll print a log dot info. So I'll just print a logs. Then in real time we'll be performing some actions. Okay. So in the real-time example, we have a Nifty, right? So Nifty transfer will be scheduled every day, morning 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. So every half an hour, there will be a Nifty transactions processing will be scheduled at the bank level. So whenever you do a Nifty transfer, so the next available slot, your Nifty transaction will be get added and that will be processed. Okay, it's like we can achieve those kind of business scenarios by using a time-elapsed UCA. Okay, so we will discuss more about this time-elapsed UCA in detail whenever we are practically implementing it. Okay, um, that's all for this video. Okay, thanks for watching. Please do subscribe. Okay, thank you so much.